Venezuela is unique. Architecture and urban planning in Venezuela is a conjugation of our indigenous culture with different architectural cultures from the foreign. That's not strange because our race, culture, and town are miscegenation where we can impose the beginning or the end of our origins. Before the colonia, Venezuela had functional architecture and urban planning. The structures and the urban morphology weren't very prepared, and the buildings were constructed with materials of the nature. Those materials were the improvisation of the indigenous. During the colonia, from 16th century to 1810, our country developed a very important type of architecture. The principal features of this architecture are the discrete model style and the defined features of design. The horizontal and vertical circulations were adapted to the tropical weather, so the principal focus is the protection from the sunshine, rain, and light. The color was important. It gave the nickname to Caracas, the city of red roof. In this time, it began the first urban rain in the center town of Caracas, and at the same time, it produced the first plane and the projects to the urban vision. Actually, architecture and urban planning represent eclecticism, and they are looking for the combination and the constellation of the present with the past and the future. That combination and the mixture of elements from cultures and times make our architecture and urban planning unique, rich and different from anywhere of the world. Acoustic. The best example of architectural acoustic in Venezuela is the Teresa Carreño Theater, located in Caracas. It is located on an estate of 22,000 meters and with more than 80,000 meters of construction. It has two main rooms, Rios Reina and Jose Felix Rivas. The Jose Felix Rivas room has been the most praised space. This room tries to adjust the acoustic by absorption space elements. In this case, the seating is part of the space together with the auditorium. Its resonance corresponds to 2 seconds of mid-frequency reverberation in the room floor. The acoustic effects of the roof designed by Soto are variables that affect positively on the board and the reception capacities of the public and artists. Otherwise, the acoustic of the Rios Reina room is supported by a technical system controlled through a sound console. There are a series of sound cores and amplification systems, a series of cloud or acoustic panels, and they are adaptable to the noise emission of each sound. Color. One of the things that make Venezuela unique is the diversity of colors in the natural and urban landscape. The Venezuelan weather let colors be bright and cheerful, during all the year. It's a country with different and heterogeneous cities. The buildings don't have a pattern. There are many materials like concrete, glass, brick, and wood, and others, and they create a big palette of colors and then make cities colorful. The natural landscape is rich in colors and shapes. They create a mixture and they give diversity and splendor to the landscape. For example, Caracas has the presence of vegetation element in the valley coexisting with the city and creating mixture of natural and artificial colors.
Horizontal and vertical circulation. There are many places like Simón Bolívar Walk, San Ignacio Mall, where the horizontal and vertical circulation mix at different levels, giving a unique dynamic to these places. Other buildings with these features are Central Park Towers. They have vertical circulation models like stairs and elevators, connecting the street level with the building spaces and the groundwater and air levels. These spaces have horizontal circulation models too, like walkways, sidewalks, hallways, and passageways. The square of Altamira is one of the public spaces of Caracas with dazzling display of vertical and horizontal circulation in the zone of the subway station. It's a combination of the vegetation elements, water in the source, and the concrete of the square, creating a variety of textures and shapes, and giving a great urban quality to the squares. Light. Other aspect in Venezuela is the light. For example, Caracas has a north-south orientation and it has a good illumination during the day. The main vehicular ways has a diagonal orientation and the circulation in the sunrise and sunset is favorable in any case. Rhythm. From the urban planning point of view, the rhythm is wonderful in many places of Venezuela. There are repetition in the dimensions of the block, dimension and color of the houses. Colonia Tovar, founded and inhabited mainly by Germans, is other place with a unique physiognomy. The buildings create rhythmic style with the color of roof, walls, and structures, and the combination with the nature color and the presence of the mountains make an exceptional space. Spaces and scale. In the different cities of Venezuela are taken into account two scales, the human and the vehicular scale. Actually, the vehicle has more importance than at other time. It generates the configuration of the vehicular and pedestrian ways. The configuration of spaces in our country is very rich and it has many styles. We can see in different images of the main cities of Venezuela, like Caracas, Maracaibo, and Valencia, how exists a great variety of spaces with a different morphology, organization, and hierarchy. Textures. The multiple and different textures make Venezuela an exceptional place, both architectural and town planning. There are tactile textures like the different materials used in the sidewalk of Caracas and the different rock, soft and scratchy textures and the buildings of the city. Cerro El Ávila is part of the urban landscape of the city and it produces a rich visual texture.